Malaria. Mosquito-borne diseases are transmitted via the blood of bitten individuals. In the case of malaria, the infective agent Plasmodium spp is injected through the mouthparts of female Anopheles mosquitoes and has a life cycle in humans, which includes both bloodstream and tissue phases. There are several infective members of the Plasmodium genus. The most serious is the P. falciparum, with less serious diseases caused by the P. ovale, P. vivax, and the P. malariae. Relapsing fevers are often encountered with infection by P. knowlesi. The discovery of the links between mosquitoes, Plasmodia, and malaria was made over a century ago. Confirmation of the parasite in the bloodstream was made by staining patient blood smears. The stains used were cationic dyes, such as methylene blue and the demethylated azures. The selectivity exhibited in this way led one of the founders of antimicrobial chemotherapy, Paul Ehrlich, to use methylene blue as a treatment for the disease, curing 2 sailors of malaria in 1891. The fact that stains such as methylene blue are taken up by plasmodial cells inside erythrocytes relative to uninfected erythrocytes demonstrates the damage caused to the red cell membrane by the parasite, since hydrophilic cations are normally excluded. A similar argument is made for the concentration of aminoquinoline antimalarial drugs by the infected red blood cells. Global burden of malaria. According to the latest WHO, there were 214 million cases of malaria in 2015 and 438,000 deaths. Between 2000 and 2015, malaria incidence among population at risk fell by 37% globally during the same period. Malaria mortality rates among populations at risk decreased by 60%. An estimated 6.2 million malaria deaths have been averted globally since 2001. Sub-Saharan Africa continues to carry a disproportionately high share of the global malaria burden. In 2015, the region was home to 88% of malaria cases and 90% of malaria deaths. Some 15 countries, mainly in sub-Saharan Africa, account for 80% of malaria cases and 78% of deaths globally. Since 2000, the decline in malaria incidence in these 15 countries has lagged behind that of other countries globally. In areas with high transmissions of malaria, children under 5 are particularly susceptible to infection, illness, and death. More than 2/3, that's like 70%, of all malaria deaths occur in this age group. Between 2000 and 2015, the under 5 malaria death rate fell by 65% globally, translating into an estimated 5.9 million child lives saved between 2000 and 2015. 30 countries in sub-Saharan Africa account for a staggering 90% of global malaria deaths. Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, and Uganda account for nearly 50% of the global malaria deaths. Malaria is the second leading cause of death from infectious disease in Africa after HIV/AIDS. Almost 1 out of 5 deaths of children under 5 in Africa is due to malaria. People living in poverty are at increased risk both of becoming infected with malaria and of becoming infected more frequently. Child mortality rates are known to be higher in poorer households, and malaria is responsible for a substantial portion of these deaths. In a demographic surveillance system in rural areas of the United Republic of Tanzania, under 5 mortality following acute fever, much of which would be expected to be due to malaria, was 39% higher in the poorest socio-economic group than in the richest. A survey in Zambia also found a substantially higher prevalence of malaria infection among the poorest population groups, resulting from poor families' live dwellings that offer little or no protection against mosquitoes and that are less able to afford insecticide-treated nets. Poor people are also less likely to be able to pay either for effective malaria treatment or for transportation to a health facility capable of treating the disease. Both direct and indirect costs associated with a malaria episode represent a substantial burden on the poorer household. A study in northern Ghana found that the cost of malaria care was just 1% of the income of the rich, while it was 34% of the income of the poor households. As such, the poor suffers much of the burden of the disease. Malaria in Nigeria. Malaria remains a serious public health challenge and causes death and illnesses in children in Nigeria. Prevalence of malaria in Nigeria varies by weather, which affects the ability of the main carrier of malaria parasites, Anopheles mosquitoes, to survive. Tropical areas, including Nigeria, have the best combination of adequate rainfall, temperature, and humidity, allowing for breeding and survival of Anopheles mosquitoes. Reports by the United States Embassy in Nigeria showed that malaria is a major public health problem in Nigeria, where it accounts for more cases and deaths than any other country in the world. Malaria is a risk for 97% of Nigeria's population. The remaining 3% of the population live in the malaria-free highlands. There are an estimated 100 million cases of malaria, with over 300,000 deaths per year in Nigeria. This compares with 215,000 deaths per year in Nigeria from HIV/AIDS, contributing to an estimated 11% of maternal mortality. According to the same reports of the United States Embassy in Nigeria, malaria accounts for 60% of outpatient visits and 30% of hospitalizations among children under 5 years of age in Nigeria. As such, it has the greatest prevalence, close to 50%, in children aged 6 to 59 months in the southwest, north central, and northwest regions, while it has the least prevalence, 27.6%, in children aged 6 to 59 months in the southeast region.